Hi, I'm Ken Walcott. Welcome to my On the Spot YouTube channel. This is an introduction to a video series about the London of Charles Dickens. This year, 2024, I was just crazy enough to read all 15 of Charles Dickens' novels, plus his most famous story, A Christmas Carol. This past June, I traveled through England with my wife, and I was determined to walk in Dickens' footsteps, visiting 30 sites in London and one in Bath. Charles Dickens so imaginatively wove places and objects into his plots and interconnected them to his characters that, in many ways, they became characters themselves. Almost all of these places no longer exist, surprisingly. A few of them still do. For example, the George Inn here, just south of the London Bridge. To me, Charles Dickens' brilliance was in his exaggerated and quirky descriptions, not just of his Victorian characters, but of places and objects. Dickens didn't learn about London, he learned London intimately, firsthand, by repeated visits and close observation. Nobody in the 19th century learned the city of London like Dickens, and author Judith Flanders tells us how he did it. In her book, The Victorian City, Everyday Life in Dickens' London, she writes, quote, "To learn London and Londoners, Dickens walked and walked and walked. He not only walked a lot, he walked fast, about 4.5 miles per hour. Sometimes he would walk as far as 30 miles at one time. He walked for fun and he walked to observe. He usually walked at night, which helped him observe better and more closely the people, buildings, and objects in his path. He often looked through windows. He walked so much he knew every street, every shop, every owner, and every object intimately as much as any cab driver," unquote. In these videos, you will see sites where Dickens either ate, drank, slept, lived, and worked. You will learn how Dickens weaved London locations and objects into the plots of his stories, and how his characters interacted with them. I hope you enjoy these videos and that they will inspire you to read at least one Dickens novel this year and to visit a few of these places on your next trip to London.